Alright, so episode 3 of Miss Marvel has been released on Disney Plus, and we got some answers. So now I talk about said answers with spoilers, so yes, that is a spoiler warning, obviously. If you have not been keeping up on Miss Marvel up to episode 3 titled Destined, then you should probably not watch this video unless you don't care about spoilers and just like hearing my voice. In which case, who am I to deny thee welcome? I don't know why I did that. But you've been warned, so here we go. And yeah, like I said, we got some answers here. And these answers disprove my entire theory from last week. It's all down the toilet, out the window. I was dead wrong, I guess. Although, maybe not entirely. This third episode actually starts out back in 1942 in British-occupied India. So during the partition, I guess, we have these people digging for treasure, including that woman from the last episode, and they find the bangle. And if you notice, the bangle is buried and it is on an arm, and the arm is blue. Now, I know a lot of deities in cultures like this are depicted with blue skin, but you know what else has blue skin, particularly in the MCU? Kree. Yeah, Kree have blue skin. So there is still a part of me that thinks that these bangles or whatever, they might be of Kree origin in some way, shape, or form. I don't know for sure, but I mean, these people have been alive for a long time, at least since the 40s, and they haven't aged a day. That is kind of like, they established in Captain Marvel with Kree. I don't know, I just can't help but think that the Kree are somehow tied into all this. I guess we'll find out sooner or later. So this woman, this is not Aisha, this is Najma, and this is Aisha. Alright, so I was wrong about that too. Whoopsie. So who knows where Aisha is now. And so here's where we get some answers. Kamala is hanging out with all these people, and it turns out that they are from another dimension. They are Jinn. Now, Jinn, we've been hearing about a little bit over the past couple episodes. I guess they can be described as genies or demons. I'll tell you what this reminded me of, and you might shame me for this, but do you remember that Clash of the Titans movie that came out back in 2010? If you don't, that's okay, it didn't get the best reviews. But when I first saw it, I liked it a lot, and there was a Jinn character in there. And so that's what this reminded me of. So alright, these people are supernatural beings. I guess they have super strength, and they're pretty darn good with their weapons. I'll get to that. And to be honest, I don't know if the whole Jinn thing is from the comics at all, but if it isn't, then it's pretty cool to see Miss Marvel's origins come from something in Pakistani culture. I mean, I'm not gonna pose and pretend like I know anything about Pakistani culture. Maybe they're butchering it, but it seems cool from where I'm standing. This episode also has some pretty cool dialogue moments. We do get that famous Miss Marvel quote. This is actually a quote that is known for being associated with Miss Marvel. It's at Kamala's brother's wedding party, where she's talking with the Sheik, and he gives the quote, "Good is not a thing you are, it's a thing you do." I was really happy to hear that quote. I knew it was coming, because it's pretty much the with great power comes great responsibility for Miss Marvel. So it had to be in there at some point. And as if that wasn't enough, Kamala's sitting there with this box and she opens it up. It's from Bruno, and it has the mask that will eventually become part of Miss Marvel's outfit. And it looks great. I love the yellow outlines. That looks cool. So in the same scene, we get the famous quote followed by the unveiling of the mask. Great stuff. We're starting to see the shaping up of Miss Marvel. This is truly an origin story. And so Kamala's brother Amir is married to Tiesha. Congratulations. And they have their whole dance party number, which that must have taken weeks of rehearsal. That was fun to watch though. I probably would have had a blast. But then the Jinn show up and we're in trouble because apparently, according to Bruno anyway, if the Jinn actually want to get home, because that's their whole goal, they want to use that bangle to get back to their home dimension, since apparently they were exiled for whatever reason. I hope we find out later. But Bruno says if they do go back home, that could result in collateral damage, like catastrophic collateral damage. Simply put, things could go boom. And we can't have that happen. That would be bad. Kamran finds out about this and he's like, alright, maybe we shouldn't go home. But Najma, it turns out, she's like, no, we're gonna go home anyway. This is not our home. We don't care about collateral damage. And we're like, oh, okay, so they're dicks. They're villains. Alright, cool, we got some villains now. But at least Kamran's good, for now. And so the Jinn show up to the wedding and we finally have our first action fight scene in the series. They all come out with their weapons, which they're total badasses with. That one guy's got a whip, and Kamala Khan has to use hard light to defend herself. Pretty cool. Of course, the best part is when she stretches out her fist. That was awesome. We saw this in the trailer and it was great to see here. And then she does the wide take, and I was like, look at Miss Marvel being Miss Marvel for the most part. I do wish we could have gotten more of that, but I guess we're saving the awesome action scenes for the last 2 episodes. I get it. This scene was still pretty cool though. And during this whole throwdown, at one point Najma gets a hold of the bangle, and both she and Kamala get a vision together of this train heading right towards them. I was like, what's going on now? And it says Karachi on the front. I didn't know what Karachi is, so I looked it up. It's a major city in Pakistan. So alright, more family history stuff that we'll learn the answers to. And then the DODC shows up. Just in the nick of time, they arrest all the Jinn. That's lucky. I guess they'll be out of the picture for whatever happens in the next episode or two. Meanwhile, Kamala and Bruno get away. And during their escape, their friend Nakia sees Kamala using her powers. And alright, I haven't really mentioned this character yet, cause her whole campaign with, running for the mosque board, I was like, alright, that's some sort of side story that's not really the most relevant. I mean, I like her as a character. In fact, she's had some badass dialogue scenes. And now, since she's discovered that Kamala is the one with powers, I imagine her character's gonna become a little more relevant. So that's cool. And finally, this episode ends with Kamala getting a call from her grandmother, who says, yeah, you and your mom, you have to come to Karachi, since apparently she saw the train too. I guess it was a shared vision across the family or something. I don't know. Makes me wonder if Muniba saw it. And so now I guess Kamala and her mother are gonna head to Karachi in Pakistan, and we're gonna get some more answers. Alright. So in the end, this third episode of Ms. Marvel, it was alright. It certainly was informative, if not a little on the slow-paced side. I am getting kind of impatient to see the whole Ms. Marvel outfit and the powers and the awesome action scene. But I get it, they're going for the slow burn. It is one big origin story played out over 6 episodes.
We get there when we get there!
But I still got nothing super terrible to say about the show so far. I still love the characters. I do wish it would pick up the pace a little bit and maybe be a little more exciting. But if it doesn't, I guess that's fine too. So, the third episode of Ms. Marvel titled Destined. Have you watched it yet? What are your thoughts on it? And what are your questions and theories for next week's episode? Whatever you think, go ahead and leave a comment. And of course, thank you for subscribing. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to go see Elvis, a 2-hour and 40-minute movie. Although I heard good things about it, so I guess the runtime is justified. I'll have my review up very soon. Peace!